Type to Siri. Not everyone wants to talk to Siri, and now you can hack an accessibility feature which allows you to type your question. Settings, General Accessibility, Siri. Type to Siri. Next time you prompt Siri, a keyboard will appear. Siri Translation. Siri now supports spoken translation like Google Assistant. Simply ask how to say a language in different language and you will get a spoken and written answer. English, French, German, Italian, Mandarin, Chinese and Spanish are initially supported. Apple Music in iOS 11 brings new social features that help you discover new music based on what your friends are playing. The new Friends feature is already available to test in the iOS 11 developer and public beta to give us an idea of how it will work on Apple Music later this fall. Now your friends can help you discover new songs and artists. Each of you can have your own profile on Apple Music where you can see playlists they have shared as well as albums and stations they listen to often. There's much more to it. Of course, including friend recommendations, verified accounts, privacy settings and even hiding playlists and albums from your activity. iOS 11 Apple Pay Cash, a new feature that lets you send cash via iPhone's iMessage. Apple Pay Cash is the most significant update to the tech giant's ambitions in finance since the launch of Apple Pay, which came to the UK last year.
The new iPhone operating system contains some major changes to Apple Maps. The updates make the app not only a solid mapping tool but finally give Apple Maps capabilities that are equal to or even better than what Google Maps can do. Nearly 5 years after launch, the newest update puts Apple Maps solidly on a par with Google, and it's making me consider switching back for the first time ever.
Apple is announcing a handful of improvements to Apple Music and AirPlay. Headlining the changes is Apple's new AirPlay 2 protocol, while the Music app is also receiving improvements with new social features and more. With AirPlay 2, Apple is adding speaker control to the Home app. This means that users will be able to control speakers and manage multi-room audio directly from the Home app on their iOS device. Apple TV can act as a sort of hub for this, allowing speakers paired to an Apple TV to be controlled with AirPlay 2.
Apple wants the Today tab to serve as a daily destination in the App Store. The tab houses things like curated collections, how-to guides and world premieres, and is managed by App Store editors. The new App Store has a dedicated space for all things games. The tab shows picks from editors and what's trending on the top game charts.
Control Center in iOS 11 lets you customize which controls you want to use. Now that you are able to customize Control Center with a variety of different shortcuts, you will want to know what each one does so you can decide which ones you want and which ones you don't.
Apple's decision to adopt TECH basically means two things: higher quality video and better compression rates. The HEVC standard enables a video to be compressed into a file that is about half the size. To put that another way, a HEVC video file offers significantly better visual quality than an AVC file of equivalent size or bitrate.
Apple Files also supports iCloud and third-party storage providers like Dropbox and Google Drive. Launching Files is a way to appease power users while not making iPad too complicated for the average user, as building a full file system into iOS would have been too confusing for users who crave the simplicity iPad provides.
The best thing about iOS 11 might be this augmented reality. Using Apple's R framework and the camera sensor in your iPhone or iPad, Measure Kit can measure just about anything without hunting down a ruler or tape measure. Like you can find one when you need it anyway. And unlike a ruler, Measure Kit provides precise dimensions not just for height and width but also measurements of distance, angle, trajectory, level, square and more.